Demonstrations continue around the United States and world after the killing of George Floyd, even right here in West Texas. C.J. Lucky is one of the local West Texas leaders who has had and continues to make a huge impact on the youth. As a community leader, pastor, and hip-hop artist,
hey guys, you see, there's a difference between not knowing and not knowing yet.
Lucky chooses to continue to use his gifts to make an impact in the community.
Do you think a change in mindset plays a part in this movement?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think mindset is huge. I mean, Cammie, if you think about it, like, our perspectives are very important. Your perspective can either be your passport or it can be your prison. It's totally up to you. And so our mindsets play a big part because what you think, you behave the way that you believe. So, case in point, Cammie, if I believe that I'm all that in a bag of chips, I'm gonna behave that way. You know what I mean? I'm gonna behave that way. And so our mindsets are a big key in all of this. And I believe that these tough conversations of talking about the war on racism, racial reconciliation, or white privilege, or whatever the case may be, these are tough conversations that can be had with love, grace, and humility.
Throughout history, young leaders hit the streets to make change.
You have past leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Cesar Chavez, Malcolm X, who were young when they were a part of movements in history and leading those different movements throughout history. This seems like this is very much a time about young people. And so I'm very curious, C.J. Lucky, what are your words of wisdom and different guidance points that you have for the young people that continue to lead and be a part of this movement moving forward?
A lot of young people are hurt, Cammie. When it comes to the situation with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, going back to Ahmaud Arbery, it's a lot of young people are hurt. A lot of young people are frustrated. A lot of even people my age and older, Black people in general are hurt. But I believe that it's imperative for young people, and I want to encourage with them to lead from a place of peace, but to lead from a place of healing as well. Notice, Cammie, I didn't say healed as in ED, but healing, healing as well, because a lot of times when God provides us these platforms for us to be able to speak and be able to use our voices, we speak from a place of hurt. And yes, we are hurt. I'm not trying to discount or dismiss that. I'm hurt. My heart is broken for what's going on in our country, for everything that we're seeing, for the police brutality, for systematic oppression. My heart is broken, but at the same time, I believe that people can receive messages a lot better when it comes from a place of healing.
CJ says healing is an evolving process, and having those practical steps for the younger generation who wants to continue to make change is pivotal.
What are those practical things and actual action items that not only people or young people can do, but also just all sorts of people around the United States, around the world can do?
I believe, how we're going to move forward, one of the big ways is discussions, having these tough conversations, and to be able to, educate one another in these areas that we're ignorant in or maybe insensitive in. And so I do believe that we have to seek that out, that our white brothers and sisters have to seek that out, whether that's, reading a book on the civil rights movement or watching documentaries or talking to their Black friends. Hey, I want to know what it's like to be in your shoes, to see your experiences.
It's election year, so where do we go, moving forward with the movement?
Well, first and foremost, we have to understand the importance of election. Whether that's on the state level, that's on the city level, on the national level, I think it's important that we get out and vote. For the young people, especially being a youth pastor, we can easily stand in line for hours to buy the new Jordans that's coming out. And we can also stand in line to vote as well and make sure we register to vote. And we want to make sure we take care of that privilege that we have to vote. And not only just to vote, but to educate ourselves on the candidates that are running to vote, that are going to be beneficial for our country, beneficial for our people, beneficial for the children that we have growing up, that we're raising, for the next generation.
C.J. Lucky says to not just talk that talk, but to walk that walk. And that is what he strives to do right here in West Texas. For now, I'm Cammie Simmons, reporting for Fox West Texas.